Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks, and I welcome you here on my channel. Do not forget to subscribe it at RU Speaks. Raja Umar speaks for you for the subject of Pakistan studies, history, geography, and the global perspectives. So, as we were discussing the unit of fishing industry in Pakistan, yesterday we talked about the different types of fishing in Pakistan, marine fishing and the inland fishing. We talked about the marine fish catch and the inland fish catch. We talked about certain locations on the coastal areas of Pakistan like Jiwani, Gwadar, Pasni, Ormada, Somiani, Karachi. And then we talked about the inland fishing, that is the natural fishing over there in the Mangla and Tarbela reservoirs, and also on the Sakhar and Kotri barrages. And we talked about certain other places where the fishing is being done. So, and we also talked about that how important the role of fishing is for the sake of having the Pakistan's economy, and as it makes the 6% of the Pakistan's foreign exchange and about 1% of the total GDP of Pakistan. So in that way, you can say this particular industry is really very important, and we need to have more and more marketplaces to develop this industry in Pakistan. So today we are going to start with the fish marketing, and we'll talk about that. If we are able to develop the fish marketing over here within the Pakistan or abroad, we will be able to earn more and more revenue, whether in the form of the tax collection or in the form of the foreign exchange. So Pakistan, talking about the fish marketing over here, Pakistan has a domestic and international market for fish, shrimps and fish products. At the domestic level, the catch from marine fisheries is supplied to the local fish markets. Frozen or processed fish is supplied to only a few large departmental stores in some bigger cities of Pakistan. The per capita consumption is only 1.6 kilogram per annum. So it means that we are consuming fish really very less. I mean, every individual in Pakistan is using only 1.6 kilogram per annum in 1 year. So that is quite a less quantity of fish we are consuming. So it means that if we are having the less quantity, we are supposed to be exporting it more, or to making it into the fish market, so that we might be earning the more and more foreign exchange. On the international level, Pakistan has a market for fish and fish products. About 30% of the total fish catch is exported to 30 countries of the world. Japan is our main market, with United States, France and Germany. So about 80% of the total fish catch of Makran coast is dried from export to the Middle East. As you know that from Gwadar port or the coast of the Makran, the Middle Eastern countries, they are not really far, so it means that they can be easily transported through the fish trawlers over there to the Arab countries. So Pakistan earns more than 6% of its foreign exchange by exporting fish and fish products. So if we talk about the fish products now, that what sort of fish products are there? So number one, it is the food and the scales. They are used in the cosmetics industry, and fish oil, what we call the cod liver oil, that is having the medicinal value, and the fish waste is used as the fertilizer. For the organic fertilizer it is used. So this is how you can say that these are the fish products. I mean, it is the high protein diet, that is really very important factor. High protein food it is, and the scales and are used as the in the cosmetics industry, and fish oil is extracted, that is known as the liver oil of fish. That is really very important for the sake of curing certain diseases in the pharmaceutical industry. And then fish paste is used as the organic fertilizer for the crops production. So these are the uses, and this is how the fish marketing is really very important. So now, if we talk about the fish processing, this year we had a question in the fish processing in our paper, that how fish is processed. So fish processing can be of 2-3 different types. So let me write over here, that is the processing. Let me change the color so that you may be able to note down the points related to the fish processing. So number one, icing. I mean, the fish is stored in the ice, with ice. It means that there is no proper refrigeration facilities or no proper processing facilities, there should be some ice factory to store that fish. Secondly, salting. It is, again, I mean, these two are really very temporary sort of processing, that we cannot process the fish through this for longer period of time, as we can just transport the fish from one place to other place by putting that fish in ice, or to apply salt on the fish body, so that it may get preserved for a few days. Then next one, that is the very important factor, that is gutting. Gutting is the removal of the inner body organs of fish. Whenever it is cleaned up, to make it useful for cooking or for eating purposes. So first, the inner body organs, they are removed from the fish body. That process is known as gutting, and it is must, as you know, that with the passage of time, because of that, those body organs, they start getting rot and making the fish to spoil. So if we remove those inner organs of the fish from the fish body, we will be able to having the fish preserved for some time, as that will get rid of those that from spoiling. And next one, that is I mean, refrigeration is one factor. If we refrigerate fish into some bigger freezers or some cold storages, we can preserve fish for few weeks, and that would be still really good or effective to in transportation, or you can say that when the fish is exported to the other countries or the closer countries like Middle East and the Asian countries, then you can say that refrigeration is one really very easy way to preserve fish. But if we want to fish to the European countries or to the United States, then we are further process this one to another really very complex and really very modern sort of processing, that is known as canning. Like sardines and tuna fish, they are packed in cans, and those cans are exported to those countries. And whenever we keep on processing the fish for preservation, it means that we are applying certain processes, and certain expenses are being anchored, and labor is being applied over there to process that fish. So it means that we are making the fish a value added product, VAP. So you can say that whenever you apply some process on some raw material to process it further for to add up in its value, so it means that we are adding the value, and whenever we add the value, definitely the price of that product increases, leading to the earning more and more foreign exchange. So it means that if we apply these processes, we will be earning more profit. I mean, just putting the fish in ice or applying some salt, that is not really very complex sort of processes, and in this way we will not be earning much. But if we apply certain refrigeration, as you know, refrigeration takes a lot of energy and power to run, and canning, that is the process of industry. So we are applying certain investment on them, then we will be able to earn more and more profit out of it. And if that product is for exports, definitely there will be a greater impact on the foreign exchange of Pakistan. Now we are going to talk about the problems of the fishing industry. So water pollution. So here you can see over here on the in this picture that water is quite contaminated, and because of this contaminated water, there is a greater impact on the survival of the fish in our seas or in rivers. So the main fishing harbor of Pakistan, Karachi, is severely affected by variety of pollutants. As you know that Indus River takes whole of the pollutants of the whole of Pakistan into the Arabian Sea, or again you can say that there are many sewage channels over there of the Karachi city, and it is the big industrial city as well, and the chemical industries waste that also goes into the Arabian Sea. And in the same way, the whole of the Karachi city's population's consumed water, used water, that also goes into the Arabian Sea, creating a greater threat to the aquatic life, that is the fish and the fish products. So that becomes really very harmful for the fishing industry of Pakistan. And then very important factor, spillage of oil from huge tankers. Whenever Pakistan imports oil from the Arab countries and it is unloaded over there on the seaports of Pakistan, whether it is Port bin Qasim or Karachi port, because of the leakage or spillage of those from those oil tankers which brought that oil from the Arab countries, that is a greater threat to the fishing industry, as well as the oil makes a layer over the water surface and does not allow the absorption of oxygen from the environment, leading to the no oxygen availability in water for fish to breathe. This leads to the destruction of fishing industry in the coastal areas of Pakistan. And then as I explained, the industrial waste are causing great harm to overfishing industry, as Karachi is the big industrial city of Pakistan, and hundreds and thousands of industries are working over there. All those industries, they are releasing unprocessed or unfiltered chemically contaminated water into the Arabian Sea. That is a greater threat to the development of fishing industry in Pakistan. So extensive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides in agriculture is another source of water pollution if we are talking about inland fishing. So that leads to the threat to the inland fishing as well in our dams, lakes, and in rivers. And this one is for marine fishing. Solution: a system of waste disposal needs to be developed so that the pollutants do not enter the river and the sea without filtration. First, the water should be filtered and then should be released into the seas and oceans. That can be one solution to this issue. Overfishing. Another problem associated to the fishing industry is the overfishing of shrimps throughout the year, even in the breeding season. You know that the July and August are the breeding months of fish, and we should not be fishing in these 2 months, as the fish lays eggs during this one, and that would be having the positive signs of the development of fish in the coming seasons. But if we keep on catching fish even during the breeding season, that would be a greater harm to the development of fishing in the coming seasons, as we will have really very less fish available in the coming season. This limits the production of fishes and shrimps. Solution: the local governments, very especially the government of Sindh and Balochistan, should restrict fishing activities during the breeding season, and there should be some strict laws and should be heavy fines on the fishermen if they fish during the breeding season. Threats to mangrove. That is another really very important sort of issue related to the fishing industry of Pakistan. As we discussed in the unit of forest, that these roots of the mangrove forest, they are the breeding grounds for fish, as fish lays its eggs over here in the roots of the mangroves, so that those eggs should be having the protected place to get hatched, and the baby fish should be born over there. And baby fish is having the hiding place over there in the same roots, so it means that if the there are the mangrove forests available, there would be the better fishing development, fishing industry in Pakistan. Otherwise, because of the destruction of mangrove forest over there in the Indus Delta region, we will be suffering in the decline of the fishing industry in Pakistan. So mangroves act as the barrier and protect the coastline from high and low tides, even from the storms. The mangroves that are a breeding grounds for fishes and shrimps cannot thrive well in polluted water. They get destroyed, and there would be no hiding places, no breeding places for fish, and hiding places for the baby fish. So if they are not there, the mangroves, there would be no egg laying places for the bigger fish, and there would be no hiding places for the baby fish to survive. So in that case, there would be a greater blow to the fishing industry of Pakistan. What should be the solution? To control pollution, and effective disposal mechanism needs to be enforced so that the mangrove forests, they should be protected from those chemicals coming from the whole of Pakistan through Indus River at the Delta region and entering into the Arabian Sea. And again, we are supposed to having the control over the chemical spoilage, or we can be and we should not be having. We should also be closing the we should also be stopping the seepage, or you can say release of water from the industrial city of Karachi towards the Indus River or towards the Arabian Sea without filtration. First, there should be the filter plants installed so that the contaminated water should not be over there to harm the fishing industry of Pakistan. So in this way, again, the role of the governments, the government of Sindh and Balochistan, and the MFDs, marine fisheries departments of the both provinces, they are supposed to be playing really very effective role towards the development of fishing industries in Pakistan, and to stop the pollution, and to very especially the Hub Delta region that comes under the control of the Balochistan government, and Indus Delta region comes under the government of Sindh. So these two governments should be protecting the Delta region so that the mangroves should be protected, and there should be the proper development of fishing industry in Pakistan. Other problems of fishing industry in Pakistan: lack of technical knowledge. Many farmers, the fishermen, they are not trained well in modern fishing farming practices, and poor water quality management. Contaminated or mismanaged water can harm fish health and growth. Limited access to high quality fish seed and feed. So farmers often rely on low quality imports. They are not having the better species of fish available, baby fish available to be grown in the fish farms. Or you can say that whenever you are having the destruction of all sorts of for the fishing industry, definitely you will not be able to having the better fish species available even in the sea or ocean. So lack of cold storages and processing units, as I was explaining, that we need some processing like icing, ice factories, we need salting, we need gutting, and we need canning industries over there. But we need the cold storages to store the fish for some time. But because of the lack of the refrigeration facilities, we might be suffering a lot. So leads to post-harvest losses and limits access to the larger markets. If we are spoiling our fish over here, we will not be able to export it to the larger global market. That would be a decline in the economy related to the fishing industry. Inadequate government support in some areas. Some regions receive less attention, slowing the growth of the fishing industry in Pakistan. So as I told that on the Makran coast, the Jiwani port or Gwadar, Pasni or Mada, Sonmiani, the government has really very little attention for to those areas for the development fishing industry. If government gives proper attention and government installs certain infrastructure over there for the sake of the development of the fishing industry, that would be really greater benefit for the fishermen, for the country, for the economy of Pakistan. So this is over for today, as we have talked about the fish processing. We talked about the fish products, fishing industry, problems of fishing industry, and we talked about the overall development of the fishing industry in Pakistan. And inshallah, we will talk about the fish farming in our next lesson, and we will be over with the this unit of fishing industry in Pakistan. And as I told you that this unit might be taking 3 lectures, and this was second, and one more would be over there for fish farming and the sustainable fishing in Pakistan. So do not forget to subscribe, watch, like, comment, and share my channel RU Speaks. Definitely you would be getting the better stuff over there for the subjects of Pakistan studies and global perspective. Till then, Allah Hafiz.